Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Flying Fluffy Hockey live review of last night's 5-3 victory for the Dallas Stars in Game 3 of the Western Conference Finals to take a 2-1 series lead over the Oilers, and a preview of tonight's Game 4 between the Panthers and Rangers, in which the Panthers are looking to tie up the series again. So, right off the bat, we get to talk about new lines in today's morning skate. Your lines are right now. Let me pull up the tweet. Good old Jameson Olive. So before I read the lines, Maurice on the line changes, quote, "I'm not looking for something new. I'm not looking for answers. I'm just making an adjustment on what I saw, and I'll do it again if it happens tonight." Your lines are Verhaeghe, Barkov, Reinhardt, Kachuk, Bennett, Rodriguez, Luosterainen, Lundell, Tarasenko, Lorentz, Stenlund, Okposo, which means both Cousins and Lomberg are going out of the lineup. The fourth line of Lorentz, Stenlund, and Okposo has returned. Bennett is back to 2C. Lundell is back to 3C. Rodriguez has been promoted to the second line. Verhaeghe gets to be on the first line with Barkov and Reinhardt, and Tarasenko gets bumped to third line with the other guys who can't figure out how to score. So those are your new lines. What's up, Vinny? Mushroom Merchant says, "Let the Rangers go up 3-1. We already know what happens next." I don't think this is not the Bruins we're playing. So, Ice and Knight says Spencer Knight should be in that. Yeah, I don't think so. Lundell was scoring in the Boston series. Luosterainen, on the other hand, yikes. So yeah. And then the defensive pairs remain the same. Forsling, Ekblad, Mikkola, Montour, OEL, Kulikov, and there, of course, Bobrovsky and Stolars. So I guess the answer must be in Paul Maurice's. Well, Paul Maurice wasn't apparently looking for any answers. He just apparently is changing these lines just based on what he saw last night. Let's see. What else do we got? Yeah, yeah. It looks like the Panthers are keeping the lines from end of game 3 together safer. Fourth line, Okposo and Lorenz back in, Lomberg Cousins out. Jaws will join us when he can. He had to go to the post office first. So, uh, Edmonton, what happened? I'll tell you what happened. The second period rolled along for Edmonton, and defense.exe encountered a fatal exception error. Frank says, "What's up, Kyle? Praying for Matthias's mercy for this game." Well, he's not here anymore. He went back to his mom, so maybe this game won't go to overtime. I swear it better be a regulation win. Yeah, they also they made fun of Otter. Hello, Rosado. David, you couldn't believe that last night you went to bed shortly after the first. You were shocked to see Dallas won that. Well, that's what happens when Dallas initiates psycho mode and your goalie is Stuart Skinner. So, this is interesting. ESPN has released an article titled "How the Florida Panthers Became the NHL's Playoff Bad Boys." I gotta read this. So this is how it goes. Like their namesake mascots, the Florida Panthers are a rare breed. The Panthers are physical and feisty, skilled and speedy, as likely to outscore as out-hit an opponent, perhaps in the same game. Florida can be an all-around overachiever. The team has top-tier talent on both sides of the puck with a killer instinct. It's an enviable combination, one the Panthers used to separate from the pack these past 12 months. But Florida wasn't always so self-assured. There were years when the Panthers were an afterthought, a warm weather novelty. But over time, Florida rewrote the narrative and grew into a team with powerhouse potential. But there was still something missing. Those key ingredients to take the Panthers from one and done playoff runs to perennial Stanley Cup contenders. It didn't happen overnight. The changes were deliberate and calculated. And what has come out of them is the Florida Bruisers we see now, entrenched in a second consecutive Eastern Conference Finals bout with an eye on making another Cup final appearance if they can vanquish the New York Rangers, who currently lead their best of 7 2-1. And of course, ESPN ESPN makes a screw up by saying this is the first time Florida has trailed in a postseason series this spring. Hello? Game 1 against Boston. We were down 1-0 to Boston, ESPN. You might want to correct your story, ESPN. Slow Pokak Pozo back at it. Kenneth says, good afternoon, everyone. I see my Leafs blew it last night. Oh, wait. I was watching the Oilers. Everyone pumped up for game 4. Huge game for Panthers tonight. Yeah. This is pretty much a must. This is pretty much a must win. The Panthers have to win. That's all I got to say. So I'll have to correct ESPN for them. This is the second time Florida has trailed in a postseason series this spring after vanquishing the Tampa Bay Lightning and Boston Bruins in 5 and 6 games, respectively. And they had a specific rhythm in those matchups, frustrating, free-flowing, and full of finesse. Florida is annoyingly incapable of being rattled. That's the bad boy Panthers at their best. It has worked to this stage, channeling that same energy likely is the formula to get Florida back on the right side of its battle with the Rangers. Yeah. So, wow, Hungry Xenomorph, did you just say that you ran into a Twitter thread by Rangers fans saying the ESPN broadcasters are against them? Which version of ESPN have they been watching? They were calling us the Carolina Panthers the other day. Vegas has us minus 175 tonight for what it's worth. Eric, I do not believe we put in Stolars. I believe Bobrovsky is still the goalie. Let's see. So, if you'll indulge me, I'll keep reading the article because it would be interesting to see how ESPN views the events of the past couple of years for the Panthers. Stanley Cup winners aren't built in a day. Neither was this version of the Panthers. It was late May 2022, and Florida was skating the most gut-wrenching handshake line in franchise history. The Panthers had compiled a 122-point regular season to earn the President's Trophy as the club with the best regular season record. They were supposed to be cup contenders. Instead, they'd been swept out of a second-round series by their in-state rival and recent two-time cup champion, Tampa Bay Lightning. That ending hit Florida hard. The Panthers lineup was filled with talented skaters led by Jonathan Huberdeau, and his 115-point campaign in the 21-22 regular season meant to carry them to a proverbial next level. Huberdeau went dead quiet in the playoffs, though, producing 1 goal and 5 points in 10 games and adding just 2 assists against the Lightning. Florida seemed to be spinning its wheels. Despite earning regular season success, the Panthers hadn't advanced past the second round in the playoff series since losing in the 1996 Stanley Cup Final. Heck, the Panthers had only made 6 postseason appearances total since that defeat. Florida needed a shift. It went with something seismic. Hey, Michael Coppola, thank you for the $2, buddy. Hey, thank you. It says, Florida Sailor says, what's up? I'm doing all right. What's up with you? Yeah. Let's see. I don't think we should put in Stolars, Eric. Not yet. Let's see. They should have had game 3. Yeah, the Rangers stole that one for sure. Adonis, you like the line changes except for Cousins not played. Yeah, I guess Cousins and Lomberg just did not impress with their performance on the fourth line. Mike says most important game of the series for both teams to date. Let's see. It was late July 2022, nearly 2 months to the day since Florida's playoff loss. The Panthers had already parted ways with interim head coach Andrew Brunette and brought in veteran bench boss Paul Maurice. Change was underway. And then came the Believe It or Not headline. Huberdeau, along with defenseman Mackenzie Weegar, had been traded by Florida to Calgary for Matthew Tkachuk, who was also signed to an 8-year extension worth $9.5 million per season. The Panthers moving on from Huberdeau was unexpected but entirely intriguing. It's not often a team trades its silky smooth leading scorer after the most productive campaign of his career, and even less common to target a pest like Tkachuk in return. But Tkachuk was more than just the Flames' agitating playmaker. He was also coming off a career-best season with 42 goals and 102 points. That the swap signaled Florida was ready for a redo, taking its first step toward crafting an identity that, once defined and embraced, could propel the Panthers farther than they've been in 25 years. Let's see. Collins says, Cully Nawak Pozo will score tonight. Lorenz is the only fourth line player who has scored for us in these playoffs. You're glad he's back in. Michael, the Panthers have a cup window. It's most likely this year and next year. We don't really know what the future will hold after that. So it's important that the Panthers capitalize now. Yeah, Tarasenko is on the third line. Verhage is now on the first line. Bennett and Rodriguez. Bennett and Rodriguez are on the second line with Tkachuk, Luosterainen, Lundell, Tarasenko is your third line, and then Lorenz and Okposo return with Stenlund centering the fourth line. So 58 says the first line with Verhage, Barkov, Reinhardt is insane. Yeah, that's pretty much all of our clutch guys on one line. If that line can't produce, I don't know what line will. Let's see. Let's see. I'll have to read the rest of this article later because it's a pretty long article. Michael asks, Tarasenko hasn't been playing amazing. Don't know what's going on with him since he was with the Blues. If we win tonight, do we give Bob a rest? Well, just so you know, Stolars would most likely be the goalie we would turn to if Bob does need rest. It would not be Spencer Knight. Spencer Knight is our third option. Colby, did you really just say that our fan base is one of the dumbest fiends out there? Look, I understand, Colby, if you have concerns about how the Panthers will do, but could you please try not to insult the entire fan base? I think that's not too much to ask. I will have to ask Jaws when he's coming. That will be fun to watch the three of them work together. They are on the power play unit together, but 5-on-5 will be fun to watch that is stacked. Yeah, Sens fans said Tarasenko has stretches where he doesn't score at all. Artie says Florida has done great shutting down Mika and Panarin and Kreider, but you think it's what made them overlook Lafreniere, and he is not the same player he was even the first half of the year. Colin says, why would they put Erod on the second line instead of Cousins? Maybe they think if Rodriguez is on the same line as Kachuk and Bennett, one of those three will eventually figure out how to score. Verhaeghe was being utterly wasted on the second line. So, oh, hey. So you want to hear the lines?
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Come here, Fluffy. Let's hear it. Give it to me.
Okay. Barkov, Reinhardt, Verhaeghe.
Yes.
Bennett, Kachuk, Rodriguez.
Oh, okay.
Lundell, Luosterainen, Tarasenko. And the fourth line, Stenlund, Lorentz, and Okposo.
Oh my God. They're going to take Lomberg off the ice and leave Tarasenko on the ice?
and they're taking Cousins off the ice.
Oh
too.
my God, that's right. What is he doing?
Rodriguez will shoot and get a rebound for Kachuk to hammer home in front of the net.
Oh.
Well, there is actually a quote concerning these lines.
I heard what the quote is. I heard what Jaws wanted, so I wanted to make sure I did the complete opposite.
Maurice on the line changes, quote, "I'm not looking for something new. I'm not looking for answers. I'm just making an adjustment on what I saw, and I'll do it again if it happens tonight."
But I mean, Rodriguez is the one that lost his man that cost us the game in overtime.
And they put him on the second line.
And he's the one that lost his man. And Tarasenko is smelly ass. And they took Lomberg and Cousins off? Jesus.
Yeah.
All right, well, usually when I bitch and complain, good things happen, so it is what it is. All right, let me just get him his snack and whatnot, and I'll be there in a few minutes with you, okay?
You're going to be here in a few minutes?
Yeah, I got to get him something or he won't settle down. All right, I'll be right back. I'll get you your chicken, okay? I'll be right back.
iDog says the Cousins Kachuk Bennett combo is too much of a cheat code. We can only use it once in the playoffs, apparently. Brian says, I think we need more disciplined overall play, and I will take Lorenz and Okposo after Cousins and Lomberg when it comes to that. Let's see. Michael says Chuck's had a ton of chances. Igor's played fairly well and has had a lot of luck and decent defense. Michael says it's good to be with Panthers fan. You've been watching a lot of Rangers streams or neutral fans. Brian says Rodriguez is much more skilled than any other second line option right now. You actually love what Maurice did today. Well, my dad had just mentioned that he thought it was Rodriguez who lost his man. Rodriguez lost the draw and blew the assignment on the what ended up being the game-winning overtime goal for the Rangers in Game 3. So Rodriguez can do one of two things tonight to shut us up about him. He can either score or not have a prolapse on defense, especially if you're pairing him with Bennett and Kachuk. I honestly don't know if a line with both Bennett and Rodriguez is going to be anything but a disaster. I mean, Bennett is still playing injured. So he can't take face-offs. And Rodriguez lost the face-off that led to the game-winning goal for the Rangers last game. So you want to put them both on the same line? Colby, I appreciate you. I appreciate you being here, and I would just like to point out that it is the natural tendency of a fan base when they are not completely panicking to attempt to take a look at the situation and glean whatever positive notes can be had. And there were positive takeaways from Game 3, regardless of the result. We could be up 2-1 or 3-0 in this series, but the Panthers, I believe, just need to find the extra gear that will allow us to tie the series and potentially win it in three or four of the remaining games. You'd still like to see Gadjo out there. Based says Carolina kept saying they should be up in the series with the Rangers. Yeah, no more face-offs for Erod. Michael says they gotta play two back too many times. The Rangers get chances because they have a defender low and leave one defender high, creating a 2-on-1 or a breakaway. So yeah, we have had two back for the majority of the season, correct? That's been the defense we choose to play. So why would we be making a difference now? Michael says, no excuses. You think Rangers played better than Florida Game 2 and the start of Game 3, but Florida played lights out, especially in the third period of Game 3. So it's frustration, not delusion, to watch players keep icing. Yes, Ekblad's still in the first pair. Defensive pairs have not changed, and it appears Bobrovsky most likely will get the start tonight. Brian says Rodriguez's offensive game is being wasted on the third line. With Tkachuk setting him up, you could see him getting good scoring chances tonight. Hungry Xenomorph says, I'll say this again, we were a stick knob away from winning Game 2 in regulation. Can we stop pretending we are getting destroyed? Third line should be Lundell, Rodriguez, and Tarasenko. Well, then you run into the problem of none of those guys have been able to score except for Lundell in the second round.
Fresh water.
Yes, Serdars, I would believe that the Hurricanes were saying they could have been up 3-0 instead of being down 3-0. But it's the job of the hockey team to overcome that kind of adversity and not give up 3 goddamn goals in the third period. Game 6, if you paid attention to the Rangers Hurricane series, the Hurricanes flashed all of their high-end talent in a great play for games 4 and 5, and through 2 periods of Game 6, it looked like the Hurricanes were going to force Game 7, and then Freddie Anderson happened. How was Okposo looking before prior getting scratched up? Great physical player, slow as hell is probably so. Tyrion Lannister says, it should also be noted that the Stanley Cup Finals pre-sale has begun. In the events that the Rangers are named Eastern Conference champions, you can already snag tickets to all 4 hypothetical home games. Wouldn't any team up up in the series do that? Or is that unusual? Okposo was looking good. That fourth line kept pinning Boston in their own zone, and he started getting some good chances. Kenneth says Okposo is Yager without the high-end skill. Well, I'm getting conflicting answers. Based Atheist says it's pretty normal to have a pre-sale while the series is still going. The Tyrion says it's unusual and premature to begin with. Look, I'll just ask this: Are the Panthers selling? Are the Panthers already making pre-sales for Stanley Cup Finals games? Yeah. I would just like to mention that you've already seen what the Panthers, the pressure the Panthers are capable of generating. I would not understand anyone who thinks that the series is over and that the Rangers are going to destroy us.
I understand being frustrated, but it's 2-1, not 3-1.
Yeah.
If it's 3-1 and somebody wants to say the series is over, then more than welcome. We would have lost 3 straight games. But at 2-1, they still have an opportunity to correct things.
Yeah, and they're taking the opportunity by bringing back Lorentz and Okposo on the fourth line.
Okay, I'm gonna go hang myself in here.
Hang on, someone still has to serve the ice cream. Hey, Incorrigible Goat Slayer, says y'all, hey, Kyle and Jaws. Steve Dangle even was against Truba's chicken wing elbow. We need some good 90s brawls tonight. Last game, you were losing it at the TV as well. John, Based Atheist says, as a Rangers fan, trust me, it's a problem we all hate. Businesses in New York City buy every ticket in the lower bowl to hand out as favors and bonuses, so it's not even real fans who bought the ticket. Yeah, this is the same Rangers team that needed 3 tries to close out Carolina. The first 2 times they failed miserably, and the third time the Hurricanes just flat out collapsed in the third period. What's my score prediction for tonight? How about
17-3 Panthers? They get off to an early 14-0 lead out of the first quarter, and they hang on.
Ron Sports?
Are you sure about that?
Yeah.
Because it seems like the results are pretty much the same year after year.
Let's see.
Maybe this time, maybe this time, maybe this time, maybe this time, maybe this time.
How about just 4-1 Panthers? Your headphones.
I see that. Okay. I'll take it. Good boy.
Colby says Carolina has defense, unlike us.
Well, that's all right.
Yeah.
Is the game over yet?
No.
No, I have to sit through a whole thing like we always do. Can't we just fast forward? It's on a smart TV. We should just be able to fast forward.
I'm afraid TVs can't time travel yet.
Fluffy, come on, buddy. Lay down, okay? I just gave you 20 minutes of attention, okay? Settle down. He's not going to.
Hey, Fluffy.
50 says 9-3 Panthers. Hagee has 3 hat tricks.
Yes, we're live streaming the game tonight.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, we stream every game. Fluffy, what, bro, what? Come on this way. Come on. You got to lay down or sit down or settle down or something. Come on. And then just run the stream, Kyle. I'm doing the best I can. You know how it is when I come home.
iDog and Metallic Coasters both say 3-2 Panthers. And the third goal will be in the last 5 minutes because this team hates my blood pressure.
Yeah, I don't know if I can handle another close 1-goal game. But probably. Metal says not Pozo in overtime.
Hey, True. Hey, True. How you doing?
How you doing, buddy? IDK says 4-1 Rangers. Well, I'd be worried if you were positive, IDK, so that's okay. Yeah, I'm with you. No more overtime games for a little bit.
Hey, Jackson, thank you for the
Thank you, Jackson. Thank you, bud. Much appreciate it.
It's not over till we lose 4.
Yeah. Can we just play now?
Yeah.
No, we don't. And we don't. You know, I didn't realize that when they made the start time 3:00, I didn't put A and B together, but I've heard from multiple people, including on the stream, I guess the Rangers are used to playing matinee games on the weekend, which I find interesting that they would, the NHL would just randomly schedule the game at 3:00 when all the rest of them are at 8:00. But it just so happens that the Rangers are used to playing in the afternoon on the weekends. So the NHL scheduled it in the afternoon on the weekend. I got a little bit of a giggle out of that. Yeah.
Michael says Panthers have better endurance than the Rangers, and he thinks it's shown throughout the entire series. Florida just needs to finish it. No posts, no off the shoulder blade of Igor.
Well, they got to start better. They absolutely have to start better. You knew in game 2 the Rangers were going to come out heavy. Okay, that's fine. But especially that second period the other night.
Yeah.
I mean, you get the double minor that should have been a major, and you allow a shorthanded goal, and you just don't get me started.
John says, I'm a Rangers fan, and I think Trouba needs to keep his elbows in. However, you guys have gotten away with horrible hits. The hits on Vesey and the headshot on Wenberg went uncalled.
I saw the one on Vesey. I didn't see the one on Wenberg. I'm not saying it didn't happen. I don't get a chance to watch a lot of the intricate highlights during the in-between days because my eyes can only do so much. But yeah, both teams get away with it. It happens. I was fine with it being a double minor. Score a goal, and instead we allow a goal.
Yeah.
So you can't sit there. Panther fans can't sit there and blame. Oh, it should have been a major or something like that. It's like, whoa, we had 4 minutes and we didn't do jack with it. So there's no excuse there.
Impatient Panther says, "What's up, guys?
Hey,
confidence level check."
Confidence level check.
Happy to see Benny back on left 2. Let's get that W. Enjoy.
Yeah.
On line 2.
Yeah, line 2. Yeah. Yeah, exactly, Rosado. We should have scored a goal. We had 4 minutes, right?
Let's see.
Or PK Subban's wardrobe. John says, how can you say the Cats have better endurance when the Rangers have won twice in overtime? It was not my comment, but the first game that was in overtime, the Rangers kind of dominated. The second game, Panthers dominated. We'll see. The endurance is for games 4, 5, 6, and 7, especially 5, 6, 7.
But all of it said Bobrovsky, Shesterkin. If Bobrovsky is going to continue to let those high shots in, we're not going to win the series. We have to either find a way to block those shots and get in front of the guys taking those shots, or Bob's got to fix his angles, or I don't know, man. Put two goal. Can we put two goalies in? Can we put Bob and Stolars in at the same time? That might solve the problem.
I don't think that's allowed.
Bob's got to play better. You know, it doesn't necessarily mean it's his fault. But like I said at the end of the last recap, I mean, last year he was making miraculous saves. And you just expected, right? You just knew. It's like we weren't nervous when the other team took a shot until Vegas. We just knew he's going to make that save, going to make the save. And now it's just like, not so. Like I said, no overtime. Not interested. They need to bury their chances.
Michael says, I'll say it again. If Bob keeps his glove higher, they'd be 3-0. Most of the Rangers' goals have been high glove sides.
Yeah, it's a shame. Well, the one was blocker side. I think the first overtime one was blocker side, right?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think it was. But either way, we've got to find a way to block shots then. You know, we have to not allow them to have the time and space to be able to load up for that shot. You know, it takes a little bit more energy on defense when the other guy's got the puck near the circle. Attack.
Yeah.
Make the Rangers have to make the quicker decisions with, you know, how to get rid of the puck and stop losing your man in front of the net, for crying out loud.
Yeah.
Mindfully
Felipe says, love that old Panthers jersey. Such a great, iconic 90s logo.
Yeah. I won't wear the new ones during a game. I'll wear them during the other videos and everything. But this one's more comfortable though, because like the new one's got that big crest, and so you sit here and it's like I feel choked by the crest.
So,
yeah, exactly, John. Yeah, shooting high on them. Yep. We got it, you know. I mean, and Shesterkin is not invincible either. I mean, just the same way as Bob, but I mean, the Panthers have had plenty of times where we beat them. And I mean, post, crossbar, miss wide, miss high. You know, everybody's got to play better. Okposo versus Rempe.
He says he got a feeling tonight there will be a holy shit moment that changes everything. We had a pocket full of those moments last year. There must be a few lingering in the locker room somewhere, I believe.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that, but we need Panthers need somebody, you know, get Keith Tkachuk in there, get Sean Thornton, Paul Oz, get somebody in there that's going to intimidate these kids. And, you know, a voice different than Maurice. You know what I mean? Because the way they started game 3 is not indicative of a team that is ready to win a cup. They look more like a team that still hadn't figured things out.
Yeah, we need something out of Tarasenko.
And there goes the internet again. Right?
Yeah, like Tarasenko, do something.
Right.
Poke.
Right.
Like you should not be Tarasenko should not be approaching Ovechkin levels of success in these playoffs. Igor had a better save percentage than Vazzy losing to Tampa. GC, you're still mad. Mindfully Based is very surprised by how little Tkachuk has said. Yeah, you know, we kind of traded the guy who disappeared in the playoffs, so we would have someone who's not invisible in the playoffs, right?
Hey, JC. Yeah. I mean, we need to He could have just the way they are, and that's okay.
Chucky to assist apparently.
I know he's got to put it in.
Ben Koo says play tonight with high mentality. We can do this. When Panthers play their best game, they are definitely better than the Rangers.
No, they have to. Yeah, the stream is breaking up. I know that's our internet on this end. Where's my phone? I'm gonna have to call them today because this is just getting absurd. Where did all my stuff go?
So
I think it might be. I don't know. All right, so let's just go ahead and end it a little bit early because
okay.
With the internet cracking up on it, I gotta call the internet people.
All right.
Yeah.
We're gonna wrap it up early.
Yeah, we're gonna wrap it up early since our internet is taking a crap. I'm gonna call them right now as soon as we're done. So
yeah,
we'll see you tonight, 1/2 hour before the game.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Good.
Everybody try to relax. Except me, I'm gonna be stressed all day.
The Rangers fan says, "Good luck to you guys tonight. You'll need it." Yeah. No kidding. Just please, for the love of God, Panthers, if you lose, it better not be because the game went to overtime again, or you hit a gajillion posts again, or you wouldn't shoot anywhere besides high and wide or directly into chest again. Panthers, you better win. Yeah, go Cats. See ya later tonight. Peace out, everyone.